Hi, I'm Janie Parrish with the Wadsworth Area Chamber of Commerce, and today we're here with two guests, and you're going to learn about what is happening at Woodlawn Cemetery right here in Wadsworth. So first of all, we're here with Deb Holcomb, and Deb, you're the president of the Woodlawn Cemetery.
That's right.
The restoration and everything that goes into the cemetery.
Yes, we do landscaping. We have a landscaping committee. We have the restoration committee, and we try and find some historical aspects too. And we have this is Mark Watkins, and another member, Alicia Hall. They can find just about anything
Oh my gosh.
on the internet that you need to find out.
Well, I stopped because I got so excited to talk about what you were doing at the cemetery. But this is Mark Watkins, and Mark is the treasurer of the Friends of Woodlawn Cemetery, and then also president of the Restoration Committee. So you have a big job.
Yes, we do. We've just completed our 133rd restoration in the old grounds last Sunday. Catherine Boyer got her headstone put back up on the west side, and that completed the work we're doing in the old grounds. We're moving to the Part E block and the other sections close to the old grounds.
Now, when you're doing the restoration, do you know about that person you're working on their headstone and their graves?
Well, yes, because part of the group includes Roger Havens, so he knows it. And yes, we do research on the people that we're restoring, and they're all, they're in the Red Wadsworth Heritage History book. Mm-hmm. They're all there. The people who founded the city and who were the first settlers who formed the churches, they're in the book, and their headstones are right there. And so it's very fulfilling to put them back up when they've been prone for so long.
So what was Catherine's history?
Catherine Boyer is nothing major. She died at age 36, so she was young. In about the 1860s. The wife of W.F. Boyer. Didn't hear anything more about her or learn any more about her. She was last to be restored because she was one of the harder ones. We had it was a very large tablet. It looked like it had a bottom flange to it that sat into a base, and that flange was broken off, and we looked for the base, thought we could glue it back on. Couldn't find the base anywhere. It's probably halfway to China now. So Roger chipped off the flange with a hammer and chisel, and we built an extra large base, reinforced the rebar, and used our chain hoist and crane or tripod and lifted her in place.
Holy smokes. And in the heat, in this heat.
Yeah, it was a hot day last Sunday.
I would think so. Now, how did the Friends of Woodlawn Cemetery
Start?
Yes, that one's not going to come out now, is it? Yeah. Yeah, how did that start and when?
Well, I always had an interest in cemeteries, and I was always helping Mom and Dad take care of their family graves. And I like to look around at the different headstones and the art that it took to make those headstones. And so I noticed too that there was a lot that needed to be done in Woodlawn. So talking with the superintendent at the time, ran it by him, ran it by the city, the trustees for a friends group. And actually, Janie, you were the one that spurred me on. I don't think you remember this at all. But
okay.
We were at a trustees meeting, and you were there with your husband, and I don't remember exactly what your concern was or what topic you were bringing up, but you said you would like to start a cemetery guild. Well, that perked my ears up, and I thought, well, that's better than just always complaining. And so I started researching about friends groups and other cemeteries that have that. And so they gave us the go-ahead. I put the word out. we had about 20 people at the first meeting just to organize to see if there was interest. And it just kind of took off from there. And the people that have volunteered to take on these leadership roles within it, the organization, have been wonderful. It never would have gotten anywhere without the volunteers that we have. So
Well, that was nice of me to give you the idea.
It
and not,
was.
Well, and not sign up to do anything. I think that might be my
I'll give you
life.
credit where credit's due.
Oh
so.
my gosh. Well, how wonderful
Yeah.
that you could do that. I had gone because it felt like the to that council meeting or the trustees, it felt like things were falling apart in the cemetery. And I have my family's there.
Yeah.
And towards West Street, and it just felt like things weren't going in the right direction. And I feel like there's so much history. Yeah, I mean,
Exactly.
that's Wadsworth's history is right in that. I don't know how many acres there are,
34.
34, but there is just so much history there, you know, and once you lose that, then
That's right.
it's very difficult to get it back. Yeah.
And the maintenance crew, they didn't have the time or the manpower to do what Mark's group is doing.
Sure.
Or even to take care of the flowers was something, they just didn't have the time or the help. So they grasped onto our group and supported us. And so we work hand in hand with them now.
Oh, that's terrific because you can get so much further with partnerships.
Yeah, that's
you know,
right.
absolutely. Now, how do you get your funds for the things that you do?
It's all through donations. And we've had some people who have donated quite a bit of money right from the get-go. That first year, we had several people
that's-
donate at the platinum level, which is $1,000. And that got us started. We've had Lou Perry has been a very big supporter of our group. And we've just kind of grown by word of mouth and through Facebook and the things we do. And people see the things we've done in the improvements that we've done in the cemetery. So they're willing to give a little more, but it's all through donations. And
It's
you know, we
amazing.
do little fundraisers, and that brings in some money to keep us going. And
Because you have a fundraiser where you clean
Right.
headstones.
that's right.
Yes, and it's very reasonable.
Oh, yeah.
And to see everything kind of come back to life.
Oh, it's very satisfying. And I do have to tell you, this summer we've set up at the farmer's market down at CIS on Saturday mornings, every other Saturday for us. And this young girl came by, she must have been 9 or 10, and we had our fundraiser signs up, and she said, I want to do that. She said, that just looks so satisfying to do.
Oh,
So we gave her mom some information, and you know, if she would like to learn how to clean a headstone, I'm sure we'll find one that's safe for her to do, and she can learn how to do it. But they're dirty, they're just, you can't read them, and all of a sudden they just, like you said, they come back to life, and you can read the information about that person, and maybe
'Cause-
find things you don't even know about them.
because that, I think when you bury someone, you think it's going to look like that forever. You know, at what it looks like at first, but that's not the case. I mean, they're out there 365 days a year through
Yeah.
all kinds of weather. Yeah.
And pollution
Yes.
takes its toll on it. If it's under a tree, it gets a lot of sap, moss, lichen grow on it. And people have been very, very happy with how their headstones have come out through the fundraiser. So,
Now, how can they get in touch with you for the fundraiser?
well, they can call.
Okay.
It comes to my home phone, my landline. It's 330-485-4200, and we ask for a $40 donation. And we
Nice.
take the information we can usually find where it is. And we take before pictures. We send one of our volunteers out to clean it. and then we take after pictures and then send them the information where they can donate money. And
Now, this just isn't just anybody coming with a Comet cleanser.
oh, absolutely not.
and
No.
because I think you all attended a class to learn how to do this because it is very specialized.
It is. We actually had a gentleman come, and Mark, you need to, was it Mark Morton?
Mark Morton from Mansfield, Ohio.
Yeah, maybe Mark can tell a little bit more about that. He did a workshop for us in
Nice.
Woodlawn, so you want to tell her a little about it?
Well, sure. When we started, when we had the idea of restoring headstones, we petitioned the trustees and the superintendent to allow us to do that. We had some affirmations in there that we'll get professionally trained, we'll observe mowing patterns. We took care of things like getting liability insurance and liability waivers and things like that. And so they said yes, which we didn't take for granted because there's a friends group in Medina. They're not allowed to do what we did.
Oh, okay.
There's a friends group in Worcester that we helped them get started. They were not allowed to do what we do.
Right.
But the Wadsworth said yes.
Nice.
So so we had to find training, and we, on Facebook, there's different communities. There's communities of cemetery conservation, and we found someone and who was had that did that, had a website, and contacted him. Lo and behold, he lived in Mansfield.
Nice.
So we said, would you come up and do a session, train us on how to do the proper techniques, cleaning. But Deb knew the cleaning side of it, but on the restoration side, what are the proper techniques, and most importantly, a lot of the materials we use are special materials for this. So you're not using liquid nails to glue headstone together. There's proper epoxies that you have to use, and mortars, historic lime mortar. And so not only did we find the right techniques, we found the right products. So
Boy.
that got us started.
Thank you for doing that because, boy, I know I had seen so many graves that, well, if you're restoring them, you have no idea who it is.
Right.
You know what I mean? There just was no way to read the headstone, and especially when there was moss and sap and things like that on there. But so you're done with the old cemetery part?
The old grounds.
The old grounds, we did 133, and that was, everything is off the ground. And there was some amazing history there. The first burial there is the daughter of Chloe and Frederick Brown was the first burial there. There was a headstone, been on the ground for decades, tire tracks from the mowers over. That was a lot of history there. Frederick Brown was the brother of Owen Brown.
Okay.
And Owen Brown had a son, John Brown, the abolitionist.
Okay.
So there's a lot of history with that family, and that was the first headstone in Wadsworth. And so Owen Brown donated the land that became Woodlawn Cemetery, an acre, and that was the first burial. So we've restored that, and so we saved history. This is America 250. We're recognizing Revolutionary War soldiers in Medina County, and we have 5, and one in the old grounds. His headstone was in pieces on the ground, him and his wife, and we restored that. James Gifford is his name, and his wife Susanna, and so that was
so nice.
That history was protected. Went to the Beach family. Everybody knows about Sylvia Beach.
Sure.
And her headstone was listing off to the side. It had broken away from the base. Very precarious. Could have fallen and broken at any time. We put a new base on that. Her brother Orlando was next to her. Roger thinks that he was or could have been or maybe built the Johnson house. He was a house builder.
Oh.
And so we put him back, and all the Beach family. So we've saved a lot of history in the old grounds.
Boy, and that's something to be so proud of.
Yeah, very
Yes,
rewarding.
very. Now, Wadsworth Cemetery, the Woodlawn Cemetery, is very unique in its ownership.
Yes.
Yeah, so why don't you explain that to us about that?
Me or you? Me?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's a union cemetery. A union cemetery means that it's owned jointly by the city and by the township, Wadsworth Township, and also the Catholic Church. Sacred Heart has responsibility for partial of the funding for the Catholic grounds. So it is jointly owned. And that's called a union cemetery. It's in the Ohio Revised Code
Okay.
of how they work, yeah.
So even though that there's 3 entities that own it, there is employees that service all of it.
Yeah, so
Okay.
yeah, it's its own organization, its own cemetery organization, and it has its employees.
And how many people work at the cemetery?
There are 2 full-time
Okay,
individuals, the superintendent, the assistant superintendent, and then they have seasonal workers, and that varies. That could be 5 or 6. Most of them are high school or early college kids. And I'm telling you, Janie, the kids that work, when I say kids, they're older teenagers, they work hard. It is not easy to go out there when it's, almost 90 degrees or more, and they're working out there sweating, and they do a beautiful job of keeping it looking very nice. So I have to commend
yes.
Brian Jones is the superintendent, and he keeps it looking very nice. So
It has improved so much, just so much the last few years. And I'm going to credit Brian and his staff for it. But yeah, it's a tough job.
yeah, and you also have to give credit to the trustees too, because they've put in a lot of the, they watch the money. They're the money givers, I guess, and they've put money into the equipment that they need. To hire the kids, raise their rates so they're not going to other jobs. They have done a lot, in my opinion, to help keep that cemetery looking good.
Yes, it really looks good.
Have you seen the mausoleum yet?
I have never been inside.
Have you just driven by?
Yes, when they were putting up the new glass
Yeah.
block. Yes, that was
Yeah.
very,
Beautiful.
very nice. Yeah. So I'm thinking of the mausoleum. I'm thinking of the Detweiler building. Yeah. So I take it back. But I drove through when they were putting that glass block
okay,
up,
yeah.
and that was just so nice. Yeah. Now, sometimes you have the mausoleum open.
We do have it open on Memorial Day during the
Okay.
ceremony. Anybody can come in and look around, and we'll have a table up with information about our group and how people could volunteer or donate. And some people have lived near the cemetery most of their lives, and they have never been in the cemetery because it's not open all the time. So,
It's an interesting place to go into.
yeah.
The mausoleum,
Yes.
I do want to go into that.
Okay.
Yes. I think the cemetery's an interesting place.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we take care, I try to stop 2 to 3 times a week to take care of my family. And when my grandsons are with me, and they know that this is a solemn place, and but they like to look at the dates and see if they can find their birth dates and their mom's birth dates and their dad's birth dates. And but I think it's wonderful for them to be able to see these were people who made a difference in life.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. There's always a story.
Yeah, every one of them.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And their loved ones.
yeah. Okay, so if people want to donate to you, we're going to call you. Would that be right? Or
If they want to have their headstone or have a headstone cleaned,
okay,
to give me a call, or our website also is friendsofwoodlawncemetery.org.
okay,
They can find information on there and use that through PayPal. We do have a PayPal thing. we have an email address is
Okay.
fwc789@gmail.com. So they could contact us through the
Okay.
email too. So
Now, what if somebody wants to know, for example, and this, I'm just thinking, like somebody would come into town and say, I think my grandfather's buried here, didn't know him. Is there like a place that they can go to find where their grandfather would be buried?
Mark?
Yes, well, yeah, you can always go to the superintendent office, but after hours, it is our website. We have a database.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
you put the name, last name in the database, and most likely it'll tell you the section and lot number and grave number of where they're buried.
And the section numbers are on the poles. Yeah.
About half of
Sometimes.
them.
About it. I'll take that one back too.
I
Yeah.
don't know if there's a map up on the kiosk at the,
There
should be
there
a-
should be a
there
map
should
on
be a
the
map.
but there's a map on our website too.
Yeah.
So
Oh, okay.
you just use your phone and find the map.
Because that's so important to be
Yeah.
able, especially if you haven't been around for a long time and, a funeral was 40 years ago.
Yeah.
It's hard to remember because there's so many.
Yes, that was designed like that in the late 1800s.
Because there's a lot. In fact, sometimes even when if I go a different way in, I'm like, wait a
Yeah.
minute. Yeah, which way to
Right.
go?
And that, when we started this, we quickly came up with a master plan and the different things we'd like to see changed in the cemetery. And one of them is to put up new signage.
Oh,
Yeah.
signage is always a good
Yeah.
idea. Yeah.
Right now, it's just very minimal with just stick-on numbers that come off. And we would like something more permanent to put up and be a little more specific as to where that
I see.
section is. Because sometimes it's difficult to tell just where this one section ends and the next one begins. So
That's true. Yeah.
that's where our donations would, if
Would help
people,
you.
Mhm.
Sure.
It would help if people want to donate for that specific thing.
And I did want to ask you while I have your attention here, and like, what are you going to do when I ask a question? You know you're going to answer it. I'm teasing, but there's new trash receptacles.
Right.
Where did those come from?
aren't those great?
Those are terrific.
It started with the Girl Scouts.
Okay.
They were looking for a project to do the Bronze Award for
Okay.
the Girl Scouts, and they made a few of them that fit the trash cans they had, and those are mostly in the Catholic section and closer to the mausoleum. And then we decided, they decided it was too expensive to make those.
Oh, sure.
And
yeah.
so we decided, let's look around. Mark found Woodland Decks over near Norton.
In Norton, yeah.
And
Yeah,
you just saw the sign on a truck, didn't you?
I saw they had a truck that was wrapped, and I thought, we've been trying to figure out who's going to build these. We're looking Amish country. I thought, well, a deck company has scrap material and would be great off-season work.
Nice.
And so we contacted Woodland Deck in Norton and said, hey, we've got this project. You can use scrap material. You can do it in the wintertime, keep your crews busy. And we reached an agreement, got a fair price. And I forget how many, 20?
20.
20 of them.
20.
20 of them.
They are so nice.
That is a super company, yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Oh, yeah, they are so nice.
Oh, gosh.
And it worked out for both parties because it kept them busy in the off-season, kept their crews busy, and we've got our price, and we've got beautiful,
Oh, they are.
and they are sharp.
They look
And
just
they
great.
delivered them too.
Holy
So
smokes.
Yeah,
it
they delivered 'em.
We didn't have to pick them up.
Boy, I'll tell you, when you get one of those win-win situations,
exactly.
it's like, yes.
Right.
Yeah, I like
That's
it.
right.
Well, Deb and Mark, thank you for all you do. I could talk to you forever because that cemetery is pretty important in my life. And anyways, thank you so much for all you do and for all the families and the city. You know, yeah. And I just have one more question.
Okay.
Tell us about those lights in December that you put out.
Oh, it's a Norwegian custom or Scandinavian custom to put a candle and a pine bough on your loved one's headstone on Christmas Eve.
Okay.
And so we thought it would be a nice event before the Christmas, well, during the Christmas season, to do the same thing in the old grounds. So
Okay.
we have pine boughs are donated by Gale House.
Nice.
And we cut them up, put them on the headstones, and then we go through one night, one evening, and put one candle on every headstone. And it really looks it's just really nice to see that. And we tried real candles last year. It was windy.
Janie knows about it.
Yes.
We couldn't
Yes,
do
I
it.
do. Yeah.
So we had some of the little battery-operated candles.
Probably
so.
a great idea.
Yeah, I think we're going to go that route.
Because we timed it for the opening night for the
Memorial
display.
light?
Memorial
Yes.
Park.
Yeah.
And
so-
it was a windy night.
It was very windy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That whole season was kind of windy.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was. So,
Yeah.
But it's just one night a week that we do that, so people driving on College Street could stop
It's
and
beautiful.
Yeah.
look in.
Yeah, it's just beautiful. Oh, well, thank you for all you do. Thank you
Thank
for your
you.
friendship and keeping me updated. I appreciate it.
Well, if you see something that you think needs to be done, let us know, and
Okay.
we'll see if we can get to it.
Yeah, you should never tell me that. You should never give me your cell number or say. So thank you, Mark and Deb. We really appreciate all you
Sure,
do.
sure. Thank you, Janie. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely.
You are watching WCTV, Wadsworth Community Television.